Good morning, all of you. Today we will perform the experiment to implement the pulse width modulation or PWDM modulator and demodulator. The aim of the experiment is to implement pulse width modulator by using Emona Telecom Trainer 101 kit and investigate the effect of different sampling rate on the transmitted signal. These are the apparatus required to perform this experiment. So now we will discuss little bit about the PWM. Pulse width modulation of the pulse modulation is also called the pulse duration modulation, less often pulse length modulation. In this modulation, the pulses have a constant amplitude and a variable time duration. The time duration of each pulse is proportional to the instantaneous amplitude of the modulating signal. In PWDM system, it has a fixed amplitude and starting time of each pulse, but the width of each pulse is made proportional to the amplitude of the signal at that instant. To understand the PWDM, let's consider a simple method for generating it that involves a comparator with a sawtooth waveform for one of its input as shown figure 1. When the instantaneous analog signal input is less than the instantaneous sawtooth wave, the comparator output is logic 0, otherwise logic 1. The comparator's output is a pulse trend with a pulse width that is function of size of voltage on the analog input. Figure 2 shows the comparator output for DC input voltage. An example of the effect of the comparator output for a sinusoidal wave analog input is shown in figure 3. PWM has disadvantages that its pulses are varying with therefore of varying power content. This means that the transmitter must be powerful enough to handling the maximum width pulses. But PWM still works if synchronization between transmitter and receiver fails, whereas pulse position modulation does not. These are the block diagram for generating sawtooth waveform. These are the block diagram for PWM using a DC input voltage. This is the block diagram for PWM using AC input signal. These are the block diagram for recovering AC analog input signal from the modulated signal. So this is the connection diagram for generating the sawtooth waveform. This is the connection diagram for verifying the operation of the PWM using a DC input voltage. This is the connection diagram. This is modified connection diagram for verifying the operation of PWM using a DC input. This is the connection diagram for varying the operation of PWM using AC analog input signal. This is the modified connection diagram for verifying the operation of PWM using AC analog signal. This is the connection diagram for recovering the AC analog input signal from PWM signal. So this is the modified connection diagram for recovering AC input signal. This is the connection diagram for observing the effect of not satisfying the Nyquist sample rate. These are the precautions we need to maintain during the lab. These are the some steps to generate the sawtooth waveform. These are the some steps for verifying the operation of the PWM using a DC analog input voltage. This is the some steps for PWM operation with an AC analog input signal. This is the some steps for recovering the AC analog input voltage from the modulated PWM signal. This is some steps for observing the effect of not satisfying the Nyquist sample rate. So this is the some sample observation table and result. So this is for figure of generation generation of sawtooth waveform. This is the PWDM using DC analog input voltage. This is the modulated PWDM using AC analog input signal. This is the recovering the AC analog input signal from PWM. This is the effect of not satisfying the Nyquist sample rate. Thank you.
So our next experiment is to implement pulse width modulator by using immunotelecom trainer kit and investigate the effect of different sampling rate on the transmitted signal. The apparatus required are this trainer kit and DSO multimeter, DSO probe and patch cords. And okay, so there are 5 parts total in this experiment. So we will see one by one. Yes. You see, this is the block diagram for generating a PWM pulse width modulator signals. There are comparator is used. So two input of comparator, to which from one input is connected to the analog inputs and other input is connected to the sawtooth generator. So the output of comparator will be PWM signals. So our first part is how to generate a sawtooth waveform. So there are 3 modules are used in total. First one is master signal, then twin pulse generator, then diode and RC low pass filter. Okay, so using that connection diagram we will connect. First, master signal module 8 kHz digital is given to this twin pulse generator clock. Then the output is connected to this diode and then RC low pass filter. So we will see the ground connections. Okay, so this is the sawtooth waveform. So in this way you have to first generate a sawtooth waveform, and the detail by procedure detail mentioned in the details. Okay, gather a set of equipments, locate the twin pulse generator modules, and turn its width control. So width control to anti-clockwise about 7 o'clock positions, and the delay control switch to 7 o'clock positions anti-clockwise, and DSO's time-based control to 100 microsecond per divisions, and connection as per the connection diagrams. So okay, so in this way you have to generate a sawtooth waveforms. First part is done. Then moving to second part, we will verify the operation of pulse width modulations using a DC analog input voltage. Okay, so these are the procedures and this is the block diagram. So this is the connection diagram. Okay, 2 connection diagram actually is there, another one is also there. Okay, so one by one we will follow the procedures. So first, locate a variable DCV module and turn its DC voltage control. Locate variable DC variable modules. So turn its DC control to anti-clockwise or about 7 o'clock positions. Okay, then locate adder module and set its capital G and small g control to about middle of its travel. Okay, so this is the adder module, capital G to middle positions, small g also to middle positions. Okay, then next connect as per the connection diagrams. You see in the connection diagram, first is to generate sawtooth waveforms. Sawtooth part is done, and we will give the input. So here input is connected from VDC to adder module, VDC to adder module, one input. The output of adder and the output of adder will be connected to this comparator reference, and the comparator input is connected to this sawtooth waveform. Okay, so we will see this is our channel 1 sawtooth waveform. And this is channel 2. Okay. Okay, so we'll take the multimeters. So set up the digital multimeter for measuring DC voltage and connect the multimeter between adder module's output and trainer's ground. So we'll connect to trainer's ground and adder module's output. So voltage, DC voltage is 2.64. Okay, when this is 2.64 voltage, when this DC voltage is on the lower peak, lower side of the lower peak of this sawtooth waveforms. Okay, again adjust small g to so that its DC output voltage is aligned with the sawtooth wave's upper peak. Okay. .86. You see, when this DC output voltage is aligned with sawtooth waveform's lower peak, you see the input voltage, minimum analog input voltage 2.61, and when this DC voltage is aligned with the sawtooth waveform's upper peak, so the maximum, these are the maximum analog input voltage 2.87s, and you have to note down this in this table: minimum analog input voltage and maximum analog input voltage. So minimum is when the DC output voltage is aligned with sawtooth wave's lower peak. Maximum is when DC output voltage is aligned with sawtooth wave's upper peak. Okay. So now we will just slightly modify the connection diagram. So the output of comparators will give to say channel 2. So we will get the pulse width modulation signal. Okay. So vary the in the previous we saw that minimum analog input voltage 2.62 and maximum analog input voltage 2.87. So we will vary the adder module small g control between that range 2.62 and 2.87 and observe these pulse, observe the duty cycles of a pulse train, how it changes. You see in the DSO and as well as simultaneous in the multimeters vary this is small g in between 2.62 voltage and 2.87 voltage. So the duty cycle is changing. Keep it in average positions. Okay. So similarly you can check how you can vary this voltage beyond your maximum voltage and below the minimum voltage, and note the effect of pulse width modulator's output. You see now voltage is 3.74, okay, and our pulse width modulator waveform is changing. Voltage is 4.76, okay. So in this way, now we'll let take minimum voltage, below minimum voltage 2.61, now 2.5, you see in the waveform, now 2.10, you see the waveform, now 1.73, you see, now 1.49, now 1.28, okay. So in this way, first measure the minimum analog input voltage and maximum analog input voltage, then get the pulse width modulator's output by varying the voltage, by varying this Adder module small g control between your measured voltage and beyond the voltage. You will see the different effect on the pulse width modulator's outputs. Okay, so our second part is done. Now we will move to third part. In the second part, we gave in the second part we gave this DC analog input voltage. Now in the third part, we will provide a SC analog input voltage. SC analog input signal message, sinusoidal signal will give. So this is the block diagram for part C. Okay, we will verify pulse width modulation operations with an SC analog. So in this Adder input, previously there were no analog signal to Adder input. Now we will give Adder Adder input to a 2 kHz sinusoidal signals, and rest is almost same. This is the connection diagram. Okay, so first keep this Adder module small g and capital G control to middle of its travels, exactly 12 o'clock positions, and connect accordingly. You give a 2 kHz sinusoidal signals to this Adder module's capital A input, and B input is connected to VDC, and the output is to comparator reference. Okay, and the comparator input is connected to this sawtooth waveform. Okay, so now you see so okay, now the sine wave message, try to put it in this sawtooth waveforms in between. Okay, so to observe the effect of a DC offset, this DC voltage VDC is connected to this Adder input. To observe the effect of a DC offset, first disconnect this VDC lead to this Adder modules. Then you see the DSO in the DSO screen. What is the effect? You see, as soon as I disconnect the lead to this VDC lead to this Adder input, you see the sine wave is the effect. You see the Adder modules, you see sine wave drop on the DSO screens. So now again reconnect. So this is the effect of a DC offset voltage. Okay, now increase this Adder module's capital G control up to that limit, and in which positions that this sine wave peaks are just between this sawtooth waveforms. Okay, so make a note on that positions. So you see, okay, fine. Now connect this channel 2 to this comparator output. You see what is the you see, so this is pulse width modulator output. Okay, vary the adder modules capital G control and observe the effect on the PWM pulse width modulators. Varies these adder modules capital G control and observe the effect on this. You see, okay, this is the output. So this is the end of this part, part C, third part. So now moving to fourth part, how to recover the AC analog input voltage. Okay, so this is the block diagram for recovering AC analog input voltage. This is the first part, pulse width modulation, and this is demodulations. The output of comparator is given to tunable low pass filters, and the output of tunable low pass filter is the recovered message to channel 2. Okay, and so this is the connection diagram. Okay, so you see in the first part, this comparator output is given to tunable low pass filter, and this output is given to oscilloscope. In the second this connection diagram, we will see the sound effect. In this visual effect, this is the sound effect. Buffer module is given, so we will see in the drainer kit. Okay, and connect as per the connection diagram. First, pulse width modulations modulating part, as you have done 2 kHz. This is adder 2 kHz signals. This is variable DC VDC modules. Output of adder is given to comparator's reference, and this is 8 kHz digital signals. The output is given to diode, and this is a sawtooth signals comparator input. So comparator output will give up to this part pulse width modulations. So comparator output, if connected to this tunable low pass filter input, and this tunable low pass filter output is your pulse width modulations demodulation part. Okay, we will see in this. Okay, now before proceeding, just this look, adder modules capital G control, make it to about 3 o'clock positions. Okay, and small g control to about 5 o'clock position. This is the small g controls. Let's make it to 5 o'clock positions. Okay, now similarly in the tunable low pass filter modules, set the gain controls, this gain control to around 11 o'clock positions. Okay, and this cutoff frequency adjust control to about 1 o'clock positions. This FC cutoff frequency adjust control to about 1 o'clock positions. Okay, so these are the some adjustment what I have done that is the written in the procedures. Okay, so now see, okay, so this is the recovered AC analog input voltage, channel 2, channel 1. Okay, now we'll see the effect on the buffer modules. If connect this connect this tunable low pass filter output to buffer input and earphone is connected, and listen, hear the effect of this buffer modules. Put the headphone into the buffer modules headphone socket and increase the buffer modules gain. This is the buffer modules gain, okay, until you comfortably hear the recovered message. Increase this gain, buffer gain. Okay, I am hearing this by using this buffer modules. Okay, so in this way, putting the headphone into the buffer headphone socket and adjusting this buffer gain. So disconnect this buffer modules lead, okay, where it plugs to the, and it connect to this 2 kilohertz signals. Okay, I am connecting this first part in the tunable low pass filter output connected to buffer input. Now I connected the input signal. First part in the output signal is connected to buffer, and the next part is input signal 2 kilohertz is connected to the buffer input. Now similarly vary this buffer gain and hear the sound, okay, and compare the sound. They should be very similar. Okay, so in this way you can observe the effect of a buffer. Okay, now reconnect back to this tunable low pass filter output, and again adjust this. Okay, so in this way you will observe this is the DSO's output, pulse width modulation output, and this is in the buffer modules we saw the effect both in the by connecting this tunable low pass filter output and this input to this buffer modules. Okay, to observe the effect of not satisfying the Nyquist sample rate. Okay, you see the Nyquist sample rate, it dictates that the sawtooth waveform's frequency must be at least twice the message frequency. So this part it gets you to see what happens when this condition is not satisfied. Okay, this is the connection diagram. Okay, in this part, so in the previous, we are giving this 8 kilohertz digital 2 hour to generate sawtooth waveforms. Now instead of that we will give this Okay, because in the previous case we know the frequency, now we don't know the frequency. So this VCO digitals is connected to this clock. Now this Q2 is connected to this. I am doing this to generate sawtooth waveforms. So instead of 8 kilohertz, we were taking VCO digitals now, and the rest is same. Okay, so this VCO modules frequency control and gain control. Look at this VCO module and set its this range control to low positions, and gain control to this anti-clockwise 7 o'clock positions, and frequency adjust control to clockwise 5 o'clock positions. And okay, now see this waveform. Well, 200. So I am just adjusting this tunable low pass filters cutoff frequency. VCO modules output frequency. So in the maximum, this can be possible maximum. Okay, so this is the end of this experiment. In this part we saw by generating the sawtooth waveforms by giving not giving 8 kilohertz digital signals. We gave this digital signal from VCO to generate the sawtooth waveforms. Okay.